This one's hilarious. I'm interested in your answers from Last Jabberwocky. Dumbest way you've managed to injure yourself.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I got mine.
You do yours while I think about mine.
I was directing and editing a web series a decade ago called There Will Be Brawl.
Legendary There Will Be Brawl.
And although most of the episodes are now taken offline with Machinima's closing.
Oh fuck! Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-upload them.
Oh Jesus!
I still have the original files. So.
Wow.
Thousands of hours of Chris Lockey's entire career.
Yeah, just
gone.
put behind a wall. It sucks.
Yeah. Him and Chris Perkins were mourning that the other day because he's interviewed Chris Perkins like 5 times.
We have a huge bunch of friends who just lost a decade of their work.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So anyway, sorry to bring that up.
Yeah, no. Fuck.
But when I was editing that series for the final episode, we had a deadline to meet, and we really went too large with it. Like, we had too much content and too much we were trying to achieve within a very short time, and I was the only real sole editor for most of it.
You were not okay.
I know, and I didn't sleep for like 72 hours straight. I was just editing my machine, and I threw my back out horribly sitting too long, which I didn't know was a thing you could do, and it's very possible. And I just sat there, editing my computer, hallucinating my way through Adobe Premiere before all of a sudden, and like fell to the ground screaming, and my girlfriend at the time was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know."
On the floor.
Yeah.
Wow.
She sent us a picture.
I know.
Yeah.
That is a really dumb way to injure yourself.
Yeah, it was really bad, and people would ask me like what happened? I'm like hobbling through like my agency I just joined, and like what happened? I'd be like, I was camping with my friends, and they said they warned us that there were animals in the area, so like we had put our tents out there, but we were like, we'd be fine, we'd keep the food away. But then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, we woke up and there was this giant bear that was rummaging through, and they're like, really? I'm like, no, I was editing too long. I was sitting. And
they're like, no way.
Into a little curled mass. You looked very unhappy.
It was bad.
It was bad.
I learned a lot of terrible lessons in that project.
Yeah, I know.
How about you?
The worst thing I could think of and the dumbest thing was doing, again, a student film I did when I was a young person, and I will not mention since I still know these people, because I was asked to do a stunt for a student film as a teenager, which is a great idea, which is where normally in a film there's a whole series of conversations that happen about what is safe and unsafe, especially when the stunt is holding somebody up to a train. Moving train to threaten them. And I was like, so we did this by holding somebody up to a moving train. At the time, I had these, I'm so sorry, this is going to make everybody at home squirm, and I'm so sorry. I had these beautiful long nails. I was in like peak goth at the time, and I had these I'd grown long, sharp, awful cutty nails that were great. And in picking up my poor friend and holding him up against the train, I broke off all 10 of my nails doing that into bloody stumps, and it was the most awful feeling. And I did not drop him into the train. I didn't. And he is still alive, and I think that he is grateful for that, because we did a lot, like we almost died like 4 times on that film. I was so tired at one point, we were driving down PCH coming home from like San Luis Obispo, and I was so tired, I hallucinated a wall in the middle of PCH. So it was like 2 a.m. we're driving back, and my poor friend driving, who definitely has got some anxiety issues, and he just hears me go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And he screams, "Whoa!" And hits the brake. We're the only, and like we come to a screeching halt, and I watch us like go through the phantom wall, and I'm just.
Wow! Holy shit! You were tripping balls.
I was tripping balls. We had not. I mean, like we've been on a film shoot for a week. We were like fucking done. We were fried.
Yeah. Low budget film shoots can really be bad.
Dangerous. Yeah.
That's why unions are good.
I still need a copy of that movie. Actually, I think I might have one.
I need to see your nails get filed off by a moving train.
Jeez.
I don't even remember if it, I got to find that scene again and be like,
Still
that hurt. Might have hit the cutting room floor for all I know.
Still not the cheapest manicure you've ever had. Marisha, that joke was for her, and she laughed. That's my fucking audience.
You were there for my last nails. Come on. They were beautiful.
Okay, I lit myself on fire with a Molotov cocktail. It was the first one that I did one of these
Oh,
where
no, it's gonna hit your head.
I went back too far and it dipped down onto my shirt. I got burned, but not really bad. There's no scar there or anything. But
So appreciative that our generation is the last generation to grow up without cell phone videos, because
Did the man get stuck to? Did you stick it to him?
it was not a man, it was a porta potty. We used to go. We used to.
You are the definition of a rascal.
We used to burn down porta potties. There's a number of because porta potties are very okay. Maybe they're not anymore. They used to be very easy to burn down.
Sure.
And I grew up in a farming community,
Oh, yeah.
and there was a lot of haystacks around. You can put a haystack on the toilet seat of a porta potty and light it on fire.
I'm okay with this.
And the best part is, 4 hours later, it will have burned to the ground. So you come back the next day, and there's just the
hobos roasting
frame.
marshmallows still.
There's just the frame on the bottom with a bunch of
Oh, that's great.
the blob.
Watch it burn.
We would also make dry ice bombs. You know about dry
Yes,
ice bombs?
I love dry
With the
ice
2
bombs.
liter. So we'd make dry ice bombs and throw those in the toilet and see what happened.
Not that we used to have a big glass water jug, like the old-fashioned glass water jug,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we put like fuel at the bottom, and we'd shake it up and make fumes, and then drop a match in, and then cover it and
yes.
watch
Yep.
the fumes light up. It was like because that's safe.
we were stupid. Stupid kids.
I should have been killed 5
So
times.
many times.
Why is there green flames now? Or green, what is that?
the porta potty and
Magnesium?
Is that the
Maybe?
porta potty on
Sulfur?
fire, Zach? This is cool, man.
It's magnesium green flame or blue flame. I always forget.
We've got serious money.
the budget, as you can see.
Oh boy.
Video toaster available.
Okay, one time, I don't know if I told this story, but they were doing a broadcast downtown in my hometown on the 4th of July, and we tied like 10 of smoke bombs together, and we threw it at the news people doing the broadcast. I told that story already.
No.
You Batman?
We went downtown and so we tied all them together, and I had like a '87 Bronco at the time. So my friend just opened up the back, and he chucks the smoke bomb, and like a few of them went off, but a clunk of them made it over. Right, he had the most perfect aim. It literally landed right behind the person doing the thing, right on camera, and then just. So the best part of the story is, I am 22, 23. I'm not even like a teenager.
have
I
no
went home to
excuse.
visit my folks, and then like there's nothing to do, so we went dicked around. I get home, and my mom goes, "You're not going to believe this. I'm watching the news, and some punk kids threw fireworks at the people." And I'm like, and she goes, "All I was thinking is, sounds like something Brian would have done 10 years ago." And I'm like, "Yeah, thank God those days are over." I'm like hiding my smoky fingers in my pockets.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man.
I think it was 10 minutes before my oldest sister was like, "Was that you guys? Was that you and Dustin?" I'm like, "Yeah."
My friend Ian.
This anonymity, man.
Yeah, I know.
No.
My friend Ian and me. I remember one time we like those little snaps you get at like we used to be able to get them at the
Yeah.
at
The
the
little
ice cream
snappies.
trucks and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I don't know if you get them anymore. We were like, okay, if they make that noise when they're that big.
Oh no.
And so we dropped like $40 at this
shit.
ice cream truck and just bought it all out. And we must look like a drug den. We're just sitting there in his dining room of his little apartment, and we have paper towels open, and we're just emptying them one by one in this pile. And we get this pile of those tiny little explosive stones there, and we just wad it up and twist it and make essentially a little bomb. We're like, oh, this would be fun. So we go to
Yeah.
the parking lot at night outside of the Ralph's, and we just, I didn't throw it. My friend Ian is much stronger than me.
This got to be like thousands. Where is this? Is this like?
This was at Agora.
Okay, Agora, that's fair.
This was off of.
This is very Agora.
This is in Agora Hills, off of Cannon Road, in the parking
Yep.
lot outside of the Ralph's. And it was like maybe 11 p.m. or something like that, and we're just like, all right. We throw it once, and it kind of lands, goes, nothing. We're like, oh, it's not going to work. And give it to Ian to try, because he's stronger than me. He goes, lobs it up. It was the loudest gunshot type flash and explosion. We both our ears rang for a second, and we just ran. And sure enough, we start hearing like the sirens in the distance catching up, and
You're like, oops.
that's as bad as I really got. I didn't go lighting porta potties on fire with Molotov cocktails.
Speaking of things you can't do anymore, My 8th grade teacher, Mr. Allen, would throw those at us in class if we were not talking or not paying attention, or he'd try to hit it on the desk to wake us up.
I think that's kind of great.
You can't do that anymore.
No, you cannot.
Nope. All it takes is one parent,
Yeah.
just making a phone call, and Mr. Allen, he goes upstate, and somebody
To play
lets
with all the
his
other professors.
family know.
I can't mention any of my currently living teachers because I've had too many people come up who currently have them still, and have been like, oh yeah, like I don't want any shit getting back to them. Like,
Yeah. Sadly, he passed a few years ago, and I went back for his funeral, and there was almost 1,000 people there.
Damn.
That's incredible.
And that's when you know, like, you've fucking done something great.
Yeah, you've
if
changed some
1,000 people show up. Yeah. Taliesin, of your hundreds of funerals that you've had, what was the largest attendance?
1874, I had 25 more guests than Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, did all right.
Dang.
I actually, like, weirdly, no, I mean, like, I only say that just because Emperor Norton came up today, so I was having that conversation. Do you know who Emperor Norton is, right?
Shit.
You know who Emperor Norton is.
Yes.
Yes, you do, Danny, because you are a cultured human being.
I don't know. Tell me at once.
Emperor Norton was a guy who lived in San Francisco.
Self-imposed.
Had a really bad day, went crazy, and declared himself Emperor of the United States, Protector of Mexico.
This guy sounds fucking awesome.
He was.
Yeah.
And like people went with it, and like everyone was like, okay, Your Majesty, what do you need? And he's like, I need a place to live. I'm going to need to eat wherever I want, and I've also got some feelings about bridges, and you're going to publish them on the paper. And they're like, okay. And
This guy's amazing.
oh yeah, no, he had a whole outfit. He was this crazy hobo, and he had an outfit, and he would make his own homemade money that he would sell for real money and live that way. And he was good friends with Mark Twain, and
wow.
And
Holy shit.
There's installations in San Francisco, kind of like
over.
commemorating his existence.
That's amazing.
Emperor Norton, and he had more people at his funeral than Abraham Lincoln,
Whoa.
even though they were alive at the same time.
So what you're saying?
I was Emperor Norton, yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that was a great monologue. I was going to say, one day if you ever decide that you're just going to do that, we're all with you.
I'm madly in love with Emperor Norton, and I've been looking for weird ephemera from him for years. And like there's like wonderful. It probably didn't happen. But there's a story that he stopped the Chinatown riot. There was a lynch mob heading up to Chinatown in San Francisco back in the 1860s, and he apparently went out and began praying in the middle of the street, and everyone was just like,
whoa.
shit. And so they all just sort of joined him and then eventually left, as opposed to going up to burn Chinatown to the ground.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot of, and
That's
some of
power.
there's a lot of, I mean, he's got a lot of crazy stories about him. Interesting cat.
That's cool. Edward Norton, I'll look him up.
Edward Norton, yeah, he did all right.
That's all the time we have for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in 2 weeks for Talks Machina episode 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
I know.
I swear we thought we would have gotten rid of you by now.
Yeah. We have to
Couple of close calls.
try some new technology.
Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
Seems to be his weakness.
Yeah, that's my kryptonite.
We don't throw it at him. We just hand it to him.
Yeah, just say, throw this into a porta potty.
Welcome to Ren Fair, motherfucker.
Welcome to Ren Fair. Maybe when it burns down, we'll find Laura's knife.
Oh, she's gonna kill us.
Yeah,
Laura dropped her knife in the porta potty at Ren Fair. I think we told that story.
She
on
just
here.
bought it.
She just bought it 5 minutes before.
She was not
She was
doing
not
okay.
happy.
Oh,
No.
poor thing. Poor thing.
Also, Travis bought a rare coin that costs more than Matt's car. Good night, everyone. We love you.
Those are my bros, man.
So tell me more about Edward Norton.